Hi, I'm Alexandra, a psychic spiritual counselor, and welcome to Alexandra's Psychic Eye. I am often asked by my students learning about spirituality and those who have specifically suffered a loss, whether the passing from the physical plane to the spiritual plane is harder on those who have no understanding of what's in store for them. Since we have all experienced this transition on more than one occasion, none of us are new to it. Yes, spiritual answers can be helpful during this transition, and alternatively, having a very rigid belief system may hinder the process. However, our guides are always there throughout to move us forward. We are never alone. Whether we are here or there, and just like life, it is up to us as to how we wish to experience it all. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Alexandra's Psychic Eye. Raphael Simons is an intuitive consultant who uses various modalities in the psychic arts, such as Chinese astrology, tarot cards, and Feng Shui for over 30 years. He has been helping people see their way into the future, building their careers, and resolving personal issues. And welcome to Alexandra's Psychic Eye.
Thank you. Hi.
Really, really happy to have you here, Raphael.
Glad to be here.
You are an incredibly special and fascinating person. And I myself actually saw you speak on one of the CTV shows, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was so fascinated by what you were saying that I gave you a call. And so here you are.
Yes.
Now, you're a man of many talents, and from what I've read about your background, you originally trained as a musician.
Yes.
And taught music at Princeton University.
Yes, I did.
And Oberlin College. And then from there you developed an interest in the metaphysical science and arts in 1970 when you first learned to read tarot cards.
Yes.
Tell us what brought you from an interest in music to studying the tarot, astrology, and Feng Shui. Because that's quite a leap.
I know.
Raphael.
I think that my interest in this probably came from when I was maybe 12. I had an uncle who was he's a wonderful sculptor, and he was also a scholar of Oriental art. And Oriental religions, and I was very close to him, and I started getting fascinated with this whole thing, and he would give me books on Hinduism and Chinese things and Tibetan things, and I was just like kind of absorbed it all. And maybe the first book in this area that I got fascinated by was the I Ching. And I would just casually read it.
Would you tell our viewers a little bit about what I Ching is?
Okay, the I Ching is the oldest book in China. It's a book of 64 hexagrams. Hexagrams are figures of solid and broken lines that make up patterns. There are 64 of them, and they're used traditionally for divination. But they're also kind of abstract figures. You can construct all kinds of philosophical arguments around them.
Now, divination, there may be viewers that really don't know what divination is.
Divination is telling the future, or telling something about your life, or what's coming, or what's the problem about.
Okay.
So my earlier experiences of that was just like offhandedly reading a hexagram to somebody and saying, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen. And they said, well, you're crazy. And wouldn't you know it, it all happened.
Wow.
So that
What did you feel at that moment? Like,
I felt, well, isn't that interesting?
you thought like you made it up. How'd you do that?
No, it's just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know, but it happens to have been true.
Right, but you never did that before, so it must have been kind of startling to you.
It was novel.
Yes,
it was just like, wow, you know, this is novel.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's great. It made you feel good, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
it's great.
I think the root of all of this started then, but then I don't know. I spontaneously just got into learning tarot cards. I went into a bookshop and I bought a deck of cards and an instruction book, and I just wanted to do it. So I memorized all the cards. I really did it. It's like took me 30 days to memorize the meaning of every single card. And then I went back to the bookshop, and there was somebody there who was telling somebody else something that was kind of not very good at all. And I said, well, I read cards. And she said, oh, read my cards. So
really?
So she came to my house, and I read her cards, and I told her this whole big story, and she said, well, it's all absolutely true.
Wow.
And then she wanted to know what was going to happen in the future, and I told her, you know. And then I would read for other people. I was just doing this like, you know, casually, you know. I would read for other people, and
like
it was
a hobby.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a friend who would take me around to different people, and I would read. I didn't know who they were, and I would read for them, and they would ask, "Did you tell him? Did you tell him about me?" You know, so it's sort
and
of.
You were right. You were always right.
Yeah, it's like second nature, you know.
Yes, your gifts
were
coming out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now. You are also a member of OD, an ancient group,
right?
The Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druid.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you, Raphael, to be a member of OD, and how do you integrate that?
Okay.
It's such an ancient culture in the present day.
Well, it's actually pretty modern.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really, really old. Its roots go back to prehistory, but it's modern.
So it's old, but it's modern.
So
help us understand that.
Okay. Well, my interest in it comes from. Go back a couple of steps.
Sure.
When I was starting to make a living out of reading, somebody that I knew told me that if you ever really want to learn astrology, go to Ivy Jacobson. She was my astrology teacher. I was with her 7 years. And when I was, because I had really dropped music as a career. It was like the biggest headache. So I just really said, I'm out of it, you know. I couldn't stand the business. So anyway, when I was studying with her, I asked her, do you think I ought to go back to music? And she said, no, really, you should be a writer, and I want you to start writing poetry. And I really trusted her. I mean, she's an
Ivy Jacobson.
Ivy Jacobson. She's no longer living. She's born in 1893.
Wow.
And died in 1990. I studied with her in the 80s.
She's a long life.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes.
She's amazing.
So she was your inspiration further and teacher?
I became her teaching assistant.
Yes.
But
that's wonderful.
She started to get on my back about writing poetry. So I started writing poetry, and I really got into this, and I really went into studying all of the poetic diction and everything like that. And so I wanted to learn more about the British Celtic diction. You know, because the English poetry is very different from any other kind because it has this Celtic diction. It's like Welsh and Irish. There's a special language that's in the English poetry that's not in other cultures.
I wonder what made you want to write, Celtic.
I don't write Celtic. It's just that the imagery is different.
In what way?
There is like a secret language in it. It's like, you use nature symbols to signify other things.
See, that kind of goes with the spiritual.
Yeah, it's
the
an occult
psychic,
language.
An occult language.
Yeah, it's a secret language.
Right, because there are symbols and
Right.
signs.
Yeah, and it was practiced by the old bards.
Right, going back to the bards and the Ovates and the Druids. Yes.
I found out about Obad, and I wanted to go more into the tradition.
Right.
So I contacted them. That's how come I got in it. And so I'll tell you a little bit about Obad. It was established in London in 1720 about. By there was a meeting of 6 Scottish Druids that started it, and they came from way older lineages that went back to pre-Roman times. So you're talking about something that's like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years old.
Yeah, ancient. Yeah.
But the tradition has changed constantly. You know, it evolves with
so it updates.
It constantly.
That's why you said it's also modern.
Yeah. So right now, what Obad does, I mean, they teach. I was with them for 9 years studying.
Now, what do they teach? Does it have to do with the symbols?
They teach the whole bard tradition. They teach you about the elements. They teach you about the season festivals. There are 8 festivals. They teach you about the relationship of the sun and the earth. They teach you about healing. They teach you about becoming aware of ancestry, like communicating with ancestors, healing ancestral problems and illnesses.
What was the most, shall I say, startling or remarkable thing that you learned from the bards, from the Druids, that was really, made you feel like this is something I believe in and I want to be part of? Could you give us a
I just stayed with it. I wasn't going to quit. I mean, it was like,
but
come hell or high water, I'm going to be there.
What was in it that it's something specific that you can tell us that happened?
Well,
like
there are a lot of exercises that you are invited to do, like psychic exercises, and you through them really enter into other dimensions. I can't get really specific, but I mean, you're not allowed to talk about these, but you enter into other dimensions.
Okay.
There's also what's called an inner there's an inner circle of druids that's in the other plane, not in this physical world. The inner order, it's called, and it's really true.
You mean like the Brotherhood?
Yes, it's an inner order, and they're in the other world, and they live there.
I'm familiar with the Brotherhood.
I
have been for many, many years.
And they teach you. And you get into communication.
Brilliant group of teaching, and very powerful, and very kindly, and very loving, and very godlike.
Yeah, and so you learn a lot of stuff with them.
Like a senate, almost.
Yeah.
Like a senate.
But this also relates to the spiritual the spiritual intelligence of the earth itself.
Yes.
And you can open up into the dimensions in the earth, and you can work with the earth energetically. You can cause things to change and happen to create a better harmonious relationship with the earth.
It's fascinating. That's that's metaphysical. It's scientific. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, as a psychic consultant,
right,
you use special tarot cards called the, pardon me if I say it wrong, so please correct me, Bellini?
The Baleen Oracle.
Baleen Oracle deck.
But they're not tarot.
They're not tarot.
No.
What are they?
I mean, I do read the tarot. I'm really, since
so the ones
forever.
You have in front of you are the Baleen.
The Baleen cards.
Now, what are they?
Okay. There was all right.
And
these cards were.
Well, I'm just going to mention for the viewers. So you brought it with you. You have them right here.
You want to see one?
Yes, and you're going to do a reading for me.
How about this? It's a lucky card.
I don't know if they can
you
get
see
it up close. Here they come. They're panning into it. Okay, now it's got 2 hearts and.
Yeah, this is love.
You want to, love. That's nice. Now it's before we do why.
Yeah.
Let you take a little bit about it.
Okay, I'll
tell
tell you
us
about
a little bit about it.
All right.
why you've chosen this particular one and
Okay.
some of your experiences with it.
Okay,
Then you can go into my reading.
Okay. I first found these like
Bellini Oracle deck.
I found a set of them a million years ago, and I couldn't make head or tail of them. I just didn't know what they were, but I liked them.
What do you like about them?
They're pretty.
You want to show a few of them on camera?
Okay, here's another one.
Whoop, here we go. And that shows
Intelligence.
what? Beautiful.
Here's a bad one.
A bad one? What is it?
It's like an enemy.
Okay. So do you want to start the reading?
Here's
briefly?
yeah. Well, let me tell about them though. All right.
Sure.
First, let me quickly tell about them.
Yes. Okay.
This is marriage.
Aha.
Okay. So
It looks like marriage. Very stormy.
it's
fire coming out there.
Two hearts on an altar.
On an altar with a lot of flames coming out.
Yeah, it's like, it's really passion.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's French.
That's
Give me a
la
break.
la. Right, Bellini. Okay.
So
yes.
these were originally used by a man called Edmond, who was a seer in Paris in the 1800s, and he painted these in the early 1840s. And he was a very famous seer. And when he died, the cards got lost. And there was then another seer called Bellini who was given this deck by an elderly lady, and he said they just jumped out at him. And so he reproduced them and started reading these for people in right after World War II, like in the late 40s and 50s, he was reading these. And that's when they become popular, but they're not known outside France. They're just not known outside France, and they're very hard to find.
You found them. And that's no accident, Raphael.
I really like them.
Yeah, you're meant to have them.
I read them, and people say they're very sharp and they're very clear, and they cut right through. They're wonderful cards.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to share with the viewers about the Bellini?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, great.
You want me to read something?
Sure. You can do whatever. Do I have to
ask me
this?
a question or think about something that you want me to reflect on?
Sure. Marriage. It's a pretty open question. You see it in my near future?
Okay. Is there marriage?
Yes. I'm currently single.
Can you take 5 cards and put them on top of each other?
Sure. Okay. So I'll take this one. Place them where here?
Yeah, you can put them down there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Had a lot of ambivalence about the cards I picked.
Okay.
That happens.
Yeah.
I wonder if the camera can capture that.
The chances for this, I don't know, you can see them. You can't see them with the camera.
No, but you could hold,
okay, well.
describe and then hold them up. As
okay, then I should just tell basically what it says. The chances are fairly good. It seems to say that you should catch it on the spur of the moment. Like your opportunity will come up very spontaneously.
Okay.
Okay, that's because of what this card is showing.
And what is that
it's the
card
card of
showing?
fire. It means like a spark.
Boop.
Yep.
Okay.
You meet somebody and there's an instant possibility.
Okay.
It's like, don't overlook your chances.
Right.
All right.
See. It's like not a long term. Okay, but
no,
it's
it's not. That's not long term. But it's not.
It hits like a spark.
You're gonna have to recognize this person right off the bat.
Okay.
And then this card is saying that this card is communications. It's about letters and phone calls, and this is about you're in a general time of meeting people, communicating with people. It's like it's very important for you to be open to communication, because this comes through an atmosphere of like a mercurial atmosphere of communication.
Mercury, yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm communicating, and this person kind of comes through that.
Yeah, through people you know, they talk, you talk. There's this thing going on, and there's somebody who just like that is there.
They appear.
Yes.
Funny, I've kind of heard that. Yeah,
Okay, so this is like what's very good for you is your work. So here's the card of your work.
Right, and what does it say?
This is very favorable.
In that.
In terms of the meeting of somebody who could be your future spouse.
In my work.
Through your work or in the atmosphere of your work.
This was told to me about 4 months ago.
Yeah, what's on the downside but not against you is this card. It means changes periodically. It's very, very possible. Periodically it's not. It's just like it's like waves come. You're in a good time, you're not in a good time. You're in a good time, you're not in a good time. So it's like basically don't get upset if it's not working because it's gonna work. Mm-hmm. If it's not happening this week, it will next week. You know what I mean?
You have to sort of plow through the bad. The good is going to come.
Yeah, these are the ups and downs.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Okay, but this is a very mercurial, changeable picture. So things are flowing. This month might not be good for it, but that next month is going to be good for it. Then the month after is not, and so on like that. You know, all right.
I understand.
So what's coming up has to do with a home. Here's that.
Tower there.
It's house. It's a house.
House. That's a house.
Yeah.
And what about the house?
It's very, very positive in a sense that prepare your home. It may, if it's the physical space or it's the space about my home is my world.
Yeah, your castle.
Prepare your castle.
Yes.
To receive company.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Uh-huh.
I felt that. This is amazing. It's going along with exactly what I've been feeling.
Yeah.
That's an incredible, incredible reading.
Okay, but the essence of it is this card, which is a spark.
A spark.
It's like don't worry about he's not there. He appears.
Like.
Yes, you'll see him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, there he is. You know what I mean? It's like, you know it. Somebody comes your way and is really, really charming you.
You hear that, Ma? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, so the whole essence of it is be busy, talk with people, go around.
Do your work.
Do your work. Prepare your castle. And
he's popping up. He's sparking.
Lo and behold, there he is.
Yes, this is amazing. I'm going to tell you why. A very good friend of mine just gave me a reading about 5-6 months ago. Almost exactly like this. And I just let it go. And then here you are again.
Saying it.
You're amazing, Raphael. You really are.
The timing in this is very fast, which means that it's not like you're going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. So it means probably very soon.
And it's like a sweep off your feet kind of thing.
It's like you'll recognize somebody. Mm-hmm. I would say probably this summer.
That would make sense.
It may be this summer. I mean, we're just there anyway.
Yeah, I have a mother that says, I'll get my dress ready. She's sitting in the audience getting her dress ready.
You're going to find someone.
That's nice. Thank you. I'll invite you to the wedding.
Thanks. I'll be glad to come. I mean, it's just like really, you're going to find somebody.
Maybe someone watch. I understand about getting the home ready because I was feeling.
He has this kind of an electrifying quality to him.
Magnetic?
He's bright. Mm-hmm. He's very lively.
Sparky.
Yeah, and really smart.
That's good. It sounds really good to me.
Yeah, he's very, very lively, active person.
Do you see anything about his work? Nothing, just him. Just to get a sense of him.
I don't know. I mean, this is really hard to tell because that's another question.
Yeah.
But we could, give me 3 cards.
Sure. Okay. Here's one that I know you're going to see something. Ooh. I go to a card and I just get, no. They like guide me. Mm-hmm. Ooh, there it is. That's another one about him. Mm-hmm. And then, woo, I just kind of let my hands guide me in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Well, this is going to... I know, you know, there was another one that was better. It was over here. But, okay. That's all right.
Is it possible that he could be in investing?
That would work out absolutely perfectly in terms of what I'm involved in this summer.
Because it's sort of maybe speculative.
There's a lot of investing going on around me in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's would fit what's happening.
It seems like that someone who's playing a market, in markets, in investing, putting money into this, money into that, like
a financially oriented person.
Yes.
Interesting.
Maybe connected, I don't know what, to investment banking, but investing.
Okay, sounds very good.
It's not like he's doing a job every day, going to the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
He's a wheeling, dealing kind of a person.
Yeah, he's got angles. He's doing these things.
Yes.
He's putting money in this, money in that, money in the other.
He's
entrepreneurial.
Yes, he's an entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. You're really something else. You really are. Oh my goodness, no, they're telling me that
What?
we have to go to the end. Oh no, we
What
have
happened?
so much more to talk about.
I know.
Raphael, you are the most interesting. And I really hope you come back because we've got lots more to talk about. And thank you.
You're
Thank
really
you so much
welcome.
for being here. We're going to have another show with you on it. I want to thank not only Raphael, who's so fascinating, but all of our viewers for watching us each week. And if you miss any of our shows, you can view us on YouTube anytime. Continue to watch Alexandra Psychic Eye each week as we bring you fascinating new shows every Friday night on Staten Island and Brooklyn Cable, and Thursday afternoon in Manhattan. Visit psychicguide.tv or call me, Alexandra, 917-763-0133. Again, 917-763-0133 for information on my psychic spiritual readings, meditations for relaxation, spiritual healings, and also reunions to speak with those that have passed on. In the meantime, remember, you are all in a state of grace, so continue to work on you. Thanks for watching. This is Alexandra, and see you next time. Thank you. It's so great. So interesting. This is like these cards are like, are they from the 40s? I mean, they look like it.